Whether your business is small, medium, large, or extra large, there's a retirement solution for every type of business. oldmutualsuperfund.co.za.
Joining me now is SARS Commissioner, Mr. Oupa Magashule. Thank you so much for joining us, Commissioner.
It's a pleasure.
First question, has Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan made your job easier or harder?
Consistently harder. Yes. I think the biggest issue is, as you know, Brownman, if the economy is not kicking in, if there's no anticipated economic growth, tax buoyancy does not follow up. And the reverse also happens if the economy contracts, taxes also contract. But there are three elements to, to our compliance model. Is the normal tax that are driven by economic growth, and then there's enforcement or compliance taxes that we have to do. And that puts more pressure on the compliance side. What it means is we've got to get more money much more quickly from the compliance component than what we are usually used to.
How satisfied are you with the level of compliance at the moment?
Well, in any country there is a tax gap. I'm quite satisfied as far as we are concerned now, based on the systems that we have been able to develop, the kind of transparency agreements that we are able to hook up in around the world, the collaborative effect that's starting to pay off, with all tax administrations around the world, sharing information about taxpayers' particulars, particularly, taxpayers that have accounts in tax havens. So that is starting to help to make sure that, everybody pays their fair share.
Commissioner, one of the criticisms that have come through from some of the tax experts this afternoon on the CNBC African News Desk are that some of your members are relatively heavy-handed when it comes to compliance. Is that a fair criticism?
I don't think it's a fair criticism because we are a creature of statute, We don't do anything. Everything in SARS, honestly speaking, is regulated by law or some other statute or any other thing. And the Tax Administration Act, the new one that was enacted in October, has made even things much more clearer. Taxpayers now have a recourse to say, they can phone SARS and say, how far are you with an audit? Why are you sending me this particular letter? We have now regulations around what penalties to levy, based on certain submissions from taxpayers. So we've closed that gap of discretion almost, where tax officials in SARS could use their own whims and their own experience to be able to levy and treat taxpayers differently. The new Tax Administration Act has regulated this thing almost to a T.
So you don't believe it's a fair criticism?
Well, it could have been fair before the Tax Administration Act has been enacted. You know what I mean? After the Tax Administration Act, I think the jury is still out. Let's talk about a year from now, when this act has had a year of experience on which I mean, we do, like any other organization, we have 15,000 employees, and I cannot guarantee, Bronwyn, that each one of them would go according to the letter of the law and make sure that they tick all the boxes of recourse and everything else before they start becoming hard on taxpayers. But by the way, one thing that I must say for sure, the first taxpayers that complain, usually out of experience, are those that actually are in serious trouble with us.
Commissioner, on that note, is there any chance of a tax amnesty down the line?
We have a permanent voluntary disclosure program that is part of the new Tax Administration Act. And as the Minister mentioned in the budget, we've already received, I think, 210 applications. We've collected already, or we expect to collect by the end of this fiscal year, 200 million already. You know what I mean? So we don't need another ad hoc disclosure program. This is permanent now. You can come clean anytime when you wake up, now. And then there are certain limitations to the discounts that we give you, if you have to put it that way.
Criticism of today's budget, perhaps in your favor, is that we haven't unlocked the billions of rands on corporate balance sheet, and that potentially the corporate tax rate should not have remained unchanged.
What do you mean? It should have gone up?
It should have gone up. This is not my view.
Yes,
this is the view of some critics saying that we need to unlock the billions of rands sitting on balance sheets, on companies' balance sheets.
Yeah, I don't think a higher tax rate on corporates necessarily unlocks that. You know what I mean? What would unlock that is for us to be able to have the tools, the information, so that we can attack some of these aggressive structures that avoid tax. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the one that the minister mentioned, where people use low tax jurisdictions, you know, dump all the costs and all the other losses, you know, in South Africa and export all the profits. You know what I mean? So we got to, unless we got to pick these schemes one by one and make sure that, you know, we get our fair share. It's the tax gap that we have a problem
And
with.
of course, one of the dramatic impacts on this year's fiscus was the fact that corporate contribution to GDP, income tax on that front, dropped dramatically.
Yeah, no,
we're sitting at about 4.9% of GDP.
Exactly. They're still lower than the pre-crisis things. I mean, we had a very terrible half year in this fiscal year. In December, we dropped 4.6 billion on the corporate side, mainly driven by the strikes in the platinum area and the lack of work from a PSUN point of view. But in the main, after Marikana, you know, business confidence came down. GDP grew by 1.2 in that quarter. You know what I mean? So you expect, obviously, tax, you know, takes to drop, and they really surprised all of us. You get what I mean? But I think they will recover, by the way. Once these things happen, once the economy starts kicking, definitely we will be talking a different game.
Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us. I've been speaking to SARS Commissioner, Mr. Oupa Magashule. We're here from Parliament bringing you all the post-budget analysis. We're taking a short break. We'll be back with Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan in just a moment.